All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my relationship advice channel, TMossBoss, the Love Doctor. And in today's video, yeah, we gonna be talking about this particular tweet that I seen earlier. So, for those that need a little bit of context, I would play the video, but it's from a movie, and I'm trying to avoid copyrights and all that stuff. So there was a Tyler Perry movie that came out back in 2013 called Temptation: Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. Good movie. Definitely one of those movies when I watched it for the first time, I was like, it's funny. You'll say wow a lot throughout the movie, but it'll be like the wow. And then it'll be like, wow, that's how that, and then it's like the shocking where it's like wow. So yeah, there's it's definitely one of those movies from Tyler Perry where it's like, man, it like a perfectly written out movie. I'm like, it's definitely one of those movies where yes, watch it, see how you overall feel about the movie. But I feel like I don't know, I feel like that I would be spoiling the movie. I would personally, I would recommend, if you come back to this video later on, go watch that movie, then come back to this video so you could kind of understand this tweet a little bit better and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely one of those tweets where I'm like, you might have watched the movie, but I think you were watching it for all the wrong reasons. I think you're trying to justify whatever mindset that you have. So, to explain the movie, I guess, like if you do decide to pause and then you came back and now you're wanting to know and all that stuff. So, Judith, I believe that was Journey Smollett's character. Yeah, Judith. So Judith was dating the guy that you see, or no, she was married. She was married to the guy that you're seeing in this picture. His character's name was Bryce, played by the actor Lance Gross. I think that's how you say his last name. But anyways, but no, so you would think that, okay, yeah, it's like their marriage might be boring, but that's when you sit down and you have a conversation. What can we do to add some sort of excitement to my to our marriage? I would rather have that conversation than to, yeah, go through what Bryce had went through, where he discovered that his wife of many years, a woman that he knew, I think, because I think that's how the movie started off. Like, they met each other when they were kids and stuff. So somebody that he's known for all this time, like the only person that he had ever loved and stuff. I mean, yeah, you got family and all that stuff, maybe some friends here and there, but the one person that he has love for, okay, betrays him in such a way where it's like, man, and it's funny because you could kind of see like it. So in this scene, they were showing when she was at a party with the guy that she was sleeping with. By the way, guy was crazy. I'm like, no, he's one of those actors where I'm like, you have me convinced. I'm like, yeah, I can see that man in any movie, but I'm like, I remember you. I know what you did. It might have been a written out fictional movie, but I know what you did. So, but anyways, so yeah, Judith is at this party with the guy that she's sleeping with, high out of her mind. Bryce shows up. He wants to take her back home. He's willing to just let the whole thing go. He's like, I don't want to talk about it, think about it, none of that stuff. I'm willing to let this stuff go, but I want you to come back home. Judith, it is funny because you can tell that she did want to come home, but because she started crying and stuff, she started feeling sad and things. And so then, but yeah, it was, I guess like this, the exciting life, got the best of her. And then, yeah, she just pretty much, in a way, left him and things. But so, anyways, then the I ain't gonna say the rest of the movie because I'm like, I'm gonna let y'all, I guess, like, if you're all like, I don't care for watching the movie, but yeah, the ending of the movie, it's definitely one of those endings where I was like, wow. So yeah, crazy ending to a movie. All right. But so, anyways, then I see this tweet. And the person, Spice Bay, they're like, maturing is realizing Judith wasn't wrong for wanting to leave Bryce and wanting to explore more. She just ran into the wrong guy. The thing is this, I feel that people forget about, like, commitment and marriage and all that stuff, is that you're committed to that person. Even if you guys are just in a relationship, still, you're committed to that person. That person is going around the world telling people this is my better half. This is my significant other. This is my, I guess, like man, woman, whoever and stuff, whether you girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. But it's like, this is, my better half. This is my significant other. This is my girlfriend slash boyfriend, whoever it is on whatever side and whatever you guys got going on. If that's how they're, and then I'm talking about you in the most respectful way possible. Like, let me just put myself in a scenario real quick, right? Let's say I get in a relationship and then they all like, oh, TMossBoss, like who's that girl that you yeah, it's like we seen you post there all on social media. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, that's my better half. I'm like, yeah, it's like it's one of those things where I'm like, for all the right reasons, I need her in my life. And I know that people might be all like, oh, that sounds a little obsessive. I don't mean it in an obsessive way, but it's like, no, if a person, because I'm speaking like, even though I'm using an example, I'm also speaking like, realistically and things. I'm not well, I guess like where I'm just at in life right now. To have somebody, I'm not like where I can push my problems off, but they can just, it's a sign, I guess, it's a sign from God letting me know, hey, life is gonna get better. Here are these, things where it's just gonna show how. So yeah, he might put you in a financial situation. He might put you in a better living condition, or he might just put somebody in your life. And it's like, nah, man, this the one. This the one I'm gonna marry. This the one we're gonna have many, not many me's, many us's, like running around the house and stuff. Like, cause no, it's like, yeah, like, kid might come out and look like her and things. I'm like, dang, I'm like, my genetics, they didn't even try to interfere or anything with that. But I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm happy, and then I'm like, it's been a while since I can like genuinely tell the truth and say that I'm happy, but I'm like, I'm happy with her. It's like, but what if you, I'm like, no, there ain't no what ifs. There ain't no if I meet or if there's another, no. I'm like, there ain't none of that. I'm hers. Like, that's what you need to understand. They're like, but what if like Jessica Alba? I'm like, Jessica Alba doesn't know me. I'm like, she don't care for knowing me. And if she did, it's like, ma'am, I am happily, okay, in a relationship. I support you in Fantastic Four, but I'm like, yeah, we can't be fantastic together, all right? So I'm like, yeah, you and Jessica Alba, you go ahead and go on and stuff. See, the thing is this: when you love somebody, nobody can interfere with that. Nobody can get in the middle of that. There's like, and that's the thing, like you've seen it in Bryce's character where he had love for her. He was like, I don't care about none of the stuff that you're doing. I don't care about none of that. I have love for you. I want to help you. I want to make things better, and it probably would have been lingering in the back of his head, like she did that. But at the same time, yeah, and it's like, and the relationship was like when they showed like how it was compared to when she started sleeping around with the guy and things. Yeah, it was like night and day with the, relationship, but still you go about it in a way where it's like, okay, we get a divorce, or it's like I'm not happy or whatever, and then it's like you guys separate. But to cheat on him, like, yeah, that's one of those things where it's like you're trying to justify cheating. There ain't no justification for cheating. People need to understand that cheating is like, that's when it comes down to like relationships, that's the worst thing that you can possibly do to a person in a relationship. Well, all right, not the worst, one of the worst things, because I'm saying, my overthinking. So yeah, yeah, it's one of the worst things that you can do to somebody in a relationship. You can't justify cheating. There ain't no justification for that. There ain't no, oh well, I was alone and all that. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that at all. So it's like, okay, so you being alone, that requires you to hurt me in a way where it's like, I don't think nobody imagines to ever be hurt that way. So yeah, that's why I'm like, fam, it's one of those things where, there ain't no justifications for cheating, whether it's with the wrong guy, the right guy, or whatever guy and things, yeah, there ain't no justifications for that. So trying, yeah, trying to I guess explain it. It's like, man, if you, my thing is this to this Spice Bay person, if you find yourself in a position in life where you're not in a whole lot of relationships because people are seeing you for your true colors, I'm just saying, it's like, when you make tweets like this, I feel like that in a way, it's like, okay, you're now going to be tested. It's like, okay, now you're going to be, are you going to still have that same mindset in a relationship? Yeah, it's like this person has all the love in the world for you, but you guys got a boring relationship. Y'all don't be doing trips, don't be doing none of that. Y'all just be at the house just chilling and things. And my thing is this: good relationship. And it's like, yeah, you might not be, I guess, like you, or like the relationship might not be as exciting, but it's like, let's say you done had like all these other bad relationships, and this is the first time you have a good relationship. The only downfall to it is that the person isn't exciting enough. Talk with them. Communication is key. That, I feel like that's going to always be the main message in every relationship advice episode that I do. Communication is key, because people, they be so quick to run to social media and tweet out stuff rather than talking. Talk with your significant other rather than having, because my thing is this: if I'm like, no, Spice Babe, she genuinely believes that Judith was in the right for what she did, same thing gonna happen to you. And that's one of those things where it's like, and you, that's the thing, you don't, because so how the movie is, because I guess people probably asked that question: was the guy abusive, the one that Judith was sleeping around with? Yes, he was. And but that's the thing, that's not even like the twist to it. The twist to it is, it's crazy. It's like, you gotta watch the movie and stuff. But that's the thing: if you're trying to, I guess, yeah, you being an abusive person and you're trying to impress somebody so you could just have somebody to sleep with, be in a relationship with, whatever the case is and stuff, you ain't gonna display your, you being abusive when you very first start talking to them and things. They come up, say hi, and slap them across the face and things. No, you ain't gonna go about no relationship that way. Usually abusive people be liking to hide that stuff. They're like, okay, I'll wait till we locked in, she got love for me, then I start acting crazy and stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's things like that where it's like, you want to have like this written out script on what a relationship is. You don't know what a relationship is going to be. So that's why I'm like, yeah, lady, it's one of those, whoever this Spice Bay person is, I'm like, please don't give out no relationship advice, because you ain't good at it. Talking about like, oh, maturing, no, it's immature to be sitting there basing your relationships off of a movie. So yeah, it's like, if you have a bunch of failed relationships, hey, you brought that on yourself by trying to live in the image of what's going on in the movie and stuff. So but anyways, yeah, I guess the key thing, in this episode, or in this video, not episode, I'm thinking of it like a podcast, but key thing about this is, yeah, communication is key. Talk with your significant other. If you want some excitement in your relationship, talk about that. And if they're all like, oh no, I don't want to do anything exciting and stuff, then it's like, well, I'm gonna do some exciting things. I'm gonna go on trips. I'm gonna do this. And maybe, I don't know, they might be all like, okay, I guess after the fourth, fifth time, they'll tag along and be all like, you know what? This is actually kind of dope. But it's like, talk about that, because, and yeah, I'm like, I don't know, maybe put on this movie. So I'm just show them. I'm not saying like, oh, that's what the relationship, but I think like at times, like movies can have an influence, kind of inspire. Cause like, I guess, like, let's say if I was a boring person, and then I'm like, she's talking about, oh, let's go on a trip, this and that. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I just don't, I don't want to do no trips. So like, let's just sit down and watch a movie and stuff. Then that's when it's all like, I got it. Let's watch this Tyler Perry movie. I heard it was good. You know of the movie, but just act like you don't know of the movie and stuff. Have somebody sit down and watch this, because then they're gonna be looking like, dang, I'm kind of like Bryce a little bit, This all like, well, he probably he don't drive no truck. He does drive a truck in the movie, and it's like, dang, man, he drives like, this is me. I'm like, your girl, because then she'll be like looking at you like, you okay over there? Like, yeah, I'm just thinking about some stuff and things. Then by the end of the movie, it's like, yeah, so Disney, they got like a thing at Disneyland right now, where if you get some tickets right now, she was like, I thought you didn't want it. I'm like, yeah, no, just you let me finish, okay? Disneyland got like some stuff going on. It's half off. Get ready. I'm like, cause no, we're leaving. The flight leaves in a few hours. So I'm like, so we're leaving. She was like, but I thought you didn't want it. I'm not hearing that. Okay, I'm not hearing that at all. I'm not gonna lose you to the streets. So it's like, it's one of those things. Yeah, I've been like, nah, man, we have been at the airport. I don't care what time it is. It'd be 3 in the morning and stuff. Just like tired out my mind. I'm like, fall out. Yeah, I've been falling asleep. I'm like, no, we going. Okay, we sleep on the plane, sleep a little bit at the hotel, but we gonna have fun. Okay, we gonna add some excitement to this. But yeah, it's like, just kind of giving them that push. But yeah, don't do exactly what was happening in the movie and stuff. It ain't maturing. Okay, it's immature to be basing your life off of a movie. So But anyways, yeah, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.